Hello, vinyl community. Cheers. So, I have some interesting finds from eBay. Yeah, some very interesting things. Um, Most of them on the cheap side, like between the $2 and $5 mark, including shipping. Um, but first, before I get into those, let me quickly show something. Maybe 3 or 4 times a year, we shop at Walmart late at night when it's not quite as raunchy. So they actually have a decent music selection, um, and they do have vinyl records, but they're behind glass. But I picked up a CD actually, Leonard Skinnard. So this is live in Atlantic City. It was 1188. A CD and DVD. Yeah, I believe it's a Walmart exclusive. Is that right? Anyway, I got it at Walmart. That's all that matters, right? Oh. All right, so here it is in all of its glory. Um, so it says Live in Atlantic City, featuring Three Doors Down, Hank Williams Jr., and Bo Bice. Let's quickly go through the track listing here. Working for MCA, Red, White, and Blue, Love It or Leave It. Gimme 3 Steps, The Real Thing featuring Bo Bice. Gimme Back My Bullets featuring Bo Bice. Down South Jukin featuring Hank Williams Jr. Born to Boogie, Hank Williams Jr. That Smell, Three Doors Down. Kryptonite, Three Doors Down. Saturday Night Special, Three Doors Down. Call Me the Breeze, Sweet Home Alabama, Free Bird, and the DVD bonus is Leonard Skinnard Confidential, DVD only. So, yeah, very cool. So there's the packaging, and yeah, very cool. Anyway, but you want to see the vinyl. All right, so I found Matt has his favorite seller, which I've actually won some items from his favorite seller, Kerry Carter 1976, I believe. That's a UK seller with super low starting bids and free international shipping. I found a similar seller in the US, not nowhere near the selection. Let me start by saying that. Kerry Carter 1976 sells thousands and thousands of items at a time. This seller, Sonic Advantage, their vinyl starts very inexpensively as well, like 99 cents, $1.99, somewhere around there, with free shipping as well. Of course, you're not going to get the UK presses, but you know. And again, nowhere near the number of items. Sonic Advantage has somewhere like 25, 26 items listed right now. So there's almost no comparison, but the pricing is similar. All right, so I got some really good deals on some of these, and then a few of them that I really wanted, I paid more for. Now the first one, a 12-inch single, however, it's 3 records. So it's Aretha Franklin, A Deeper Love, special triple pack featuring mixes by Robert Clivelis and David Cole and David Morales. The first single from her forthcoming album, Greatest Hits 1980 to 1994. Also available on the Hollywood Records soundtrack, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. Yes. I won't bother showing them all, but the Arista label, black vinyl, of course. Whew. I think I was very close to actually scratching the record there. Ooh, a Tribesman mix. Oh, 11 minutes. Wow. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to hear probably 6 versions of the same song. But I do love Aretha Franklin. So, and this was super, super cheap. Aretha, I mean, everybody should know, she's soul music. She does also delve into Quiet Storm, which is the sort of soul answer to soft rock, and the name Quiet Storm comes from I believe the Smokey Robinson album. So and he basically, with that album, he started a new subgenre of soul music. So it's known for being smooth and sensuous, and oh yeah. And then of course her more upbeat numbers are considered urban music. All right, so on to the next one. All right, this I blind buy, but it looked interesting, and it turns out it is a little interesting based on some research. I haven't listened to these yet. They need to be cleaned, but yeah. So this is the 3 o'clock. Arrive Without Traveling. So this is their third album from 1985. I believe it's also excuse me, also supposed to be their best album. Basically, American Underground, neo psychedelia, and Paisley Underground. And if you're not familiar with that term, it's basically a sub-genre of jangle pop, known for introducing some psychedelic elements, and another band, probably a lot more famous, actually a lot more famous band that delves into Paisley Underground is the Bangles. Yeah, so there you go. Very interesting. And these are on the IRS label. These appear to all be in excellent condition. I suspect these came from the seller's personal collection, and basically, a person that takes care of their records. All right, this next one, John Otway and Wild Willie Barrett. I Did It Otway. Oh, so this is from 1976. Their first collaboration out of 2. They collaborated twice. Basically, it's pub rock and alternative folk music. So yeah, and again, these were like really cheap. What label's that? Stiff. Yes. So another blind buy, obviously, and here's yet another blind buy. They were cheap, so when they're cheap. This one was actually a little bit more, because I was very, very curious about it. This one I think went up to like $6, but I really wanted it. I was very, very curious about it. So the John Paul Sartre Experience, Love Songs, and this is their first album from 1988, and I believe it's also supposed to be their best album. Basically, it's indie rock, New Zealand rock. So I'll be very curious to hear this. All right. Now, a while back, I had shown this blind buy. Phil Manzanera, T-Scope. And so the name kind of stuck in my mind. So this seller actually had a bunch of Phil Manzanera's albums. The cat just went running by. And so I decided to do a little bit of research on him. Not much, but a little. And I discovered he was the guitarist in Roxy Music. So, you know, I should really start reading liner notes so I can like familiarize myself with band members, so I can, you know, recognize when they have a solo project. But you know, yeah. So I picked up a few of his. Some of these I paid a little bit more for. These were in like the $3 to $7 range, I think. Again, including shipping. So this is his first and supposed to be his best album. And I love that it has the promotional DJ copy with the suggested cuts for airplay. So, well, this is Diamond Head, and it's from, what is this from? 1975. And so it has, the songs it suggests are Frontera, Miss Shapiro, both those have vocals, East of Echo, which it describes as spacey instrumental, and The Flex, which it describes as disco instrumental. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. So basically, Phil Manzanera, he's like kind of all over the place. Album rock, art rock, ethnic fusion, Cuban traditions, and alternative indie. So, yeah, kind of all over the place. But once I found out he was in Roxy Music, I was like, wow, yeah, I'm all over this. And then we have, this is Primitive Guitars from 1982. And I love it. It has a Record City price sticker on there, $8, and it says import, and it declares Roxy Music guitarist. Agatha. Yeah, sorry for the glare there, but I don't want to take off this. I don't want to take off this plastic, even though it's extremely loose. I mean, but I love those stickers. So yes, and this seller he packed these very, very well. Very good, very, very well. Then we have Guitarismo. Guitarismo. This one is from 1986. Yes. I realize I probably should have been showing you the labels on EG. Not familiar with that label. Maybe you want to see the... Oh my goodness. I don't know. I might have to disable those labels inside the editions EG. And I'm bad about showing labels, but this is the Diamond Head on Atco, the yellow Atco label. All right. Now, in addition to being in Roxy Music, he was also in this band, Quiet Sun. And this is their one and only album, Mainstream, from It is from 1976. But the Antilles little island label there. Yeah. And this one's interesting because in addition to having Phil Manzanera on guitars, it has a guest appearance by Brian Eno on synthesizer, treatments, and oblique strategies. Oh, that should be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. So now, this is a little more focused than his solo music. So this is basically jazz rock, progressive rock, avant-garde progressive rock, and Canterbury scene, which is essentially progressive rock from the Canterbury scene, from Canterbury in England. And this one I paid significantly more for. It ended up being like $10, including shipping. But I was when I found out it was prog rock, I wanted it fairly badly. So I got into a little bit of a bidding war on that one. All right, so we're done with Phil Manzanera, and now on to the final artist, the last two albums. So that deserves a drink, right? All right. Now, this is a band I'm familiar with probably some of their singles, and I know I've heard this first album in particular because I know I have it on cassette. I may even have it on CD, possibly. Yes. So it is the Smithereens. And these I paid a little bit more for. From my very quick research to find out like what the most I should bid would be, pardon me. I decided that these were worth bidding a little bit more on. This one ended up being like $10, including shipping. So this is the Smithereens, especially for you. And their debut album from 1986, and they're basically, you know, college rock, bar band, hard rock, indie rock. I remember back when this came out in '86, the cool kids were into it. The cool kids were into it. Yeah, so very excited to add that to my collection. And this one I paid even a little more for. This was $13, including shipping. This is their second studio album from 1988. In between the two albums, they had a live album, but this is their second studio album, and both of these are supposed to be very, very good, and then after that they kind of so yeah, thrilled to add these to my collection. I do enjoy college rock, pub rock, bar bands, that sort of thing. The funny thing about this one is it has a price sticker on it of $10, but let's see if you can. Is from the deli department. Anyway, yes, so that's it. A little disappointed that it looks like another record stuck to this one. That's kind of disappointing. I assume it was in the pictures though, and the vinyl is. Oh yeah, you want to see the labels, huh? It's always upside down. That's one reason I don't show the labels, because they're never the direction you want. On Capitol. And let's check this one. And this one came in the original plastic plastic inner sleeve. Yeah, and I guess you can conveniently see the label through there. Enigma. Yeah. Very cool. Anyway, there you go. So again, that was Sonic Advantage on eBay. Very quick to ship. The items were packed well, had sufficient padding, especially around the edges where records are most vulnerable. They were actually shipped in, they would group a few records in one big plastic sleeve, and the records were shipped outside of the outer sleeves, so that was good packaging. So I highly recommend Sonic Advantage. Yes, I do have some stuff coming from Kerry Carter 1976. I'm always, when I bid on those items, I'm always curious if I'm like bidding against Matt, but I don't even know what his username is, so but that would be funny. Yes, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.